My mom still claims that there's only 2 days of my life where she saw me pissed. And she says it was draft night. And I forgot the second one. Yeah, I forgot the second day. I forgot the second day.
The ice cream truck didn't have enough ice cream.
Yes,
that was day
there
two.
we go. But
The only time Rob has ever been mad.
we're going to have to give her a call eventually, and I'm going to have to clear it up on day 2. But I think it was when the ice cream ran out of the ice cream truck.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Julian Edelman.
And I'm Rob Gronkowski.
And this is the show where your favorite dudes get to talk about their favorite dudes.
Happy draft day, everyone. It's finally here.
What are we talking about today?
Well, how about me partying on stage with my family after I got drafted in the second round?
You probably had a lot of energy bottled up. Is that why we had a mosh pit in the middle of the draft room? All about the prospective #1 pick.
That's a guy that knows what he's doing because he's been counted out his whole entire life. And we look into our crystal balls.
Magical crystal balls.
The crystal ball in our brain, Jules. So let me shake it up.
I don't think our brains need to be shaken anymore. And then we wrap it up with the coolest dudes in the draft with this week's Chillest Dude of the Week presented by Coors Light.
Let's
go.
Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio.
Draft is coming up tonight.
Yes, it is.
Big night. A lot of hope for fans. A lot of new beginnings for athletes. It's just like the start of the season. The draft is the start of the season. What do you remember from the draft?
Start of your new life as well, man.
Start of your new
You're
life.
about to be a professional. Well, now these days, these guys are technically professionals because a professional is when you get paid for doing what you do, and they're getting paid in college now. So technically, they are professionals, but they're becoming true pros now when they go to the NFL. NFL pros, which is the pros of all pros. But I remember this, to the T. Drew Rosenhaus, he got me invited to the NFL draft through, I think, who's that guy? He was older. He's the one who invited all the guys there. I forgot his name, man. Legendary.
Roger Goodell?
No, legendary in the draft field. Drew called me up. He's like, I got you invited to the NFL draft. And I was like, no way, because I didn't even play my junior year in college. So it's kind of absurd that I even got invited to the NFL draft. And Drew was like, hey, you might not go first round, but you'll go second round at least, and you'll be the first one ever at the draft to be selected in the second round. I was like, whatever, I'm going first round. I was very optimistic that I was going first round. And the draft comes, I'm all excited. I'm only 20 years old, actually. I got my whole family there. My friends from growing up in high school, they drove from Buffalo, New York. So shout out to my buddies.
No adult beverages?
Yes, no adult beverages yet. Yes, no adult beverages. I'm only 20 years old, Jules. I wasn't drinking yet until I got to 21. But so the draft comes, and first team on the clock, that needs a tight end, and it's the 21st pick.
Who?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals.
Their tight end coach, he came and worked me out at my pro day too. I felt like I had a terrific pro day. Felt like I was the best tight end in the draft. I had a lot of question marks because of my craziness in college and not playing my junior year and having the back surgery. And I don't get drafted. They take Jermaine Gresham. And to this day, my mom still claims that there's only 2 days of my life where she saw me pissed and mad or whatever term she puts it. And she says it was draft night. And I forgot the second one. Yeah. I forgot the second day. I forgot the second day.
The ice cream truck didn't have enough ice cream.
Yes,
that was day
there
2.
we go. But
the only time Rob has ever been mad.
We're going to have to give her a call eventually, and I'm going to have to clear it up on day 2. But I think it was when the ice cream ran out of the ice cream truck. They ran out there. But she still recalls it to that day. Hey, I never seen you like that, Rob. Once the Cincinnati Bengals passing you, and you didn't get drafted in the first round. So I was disappointed. I felt like a first round talent, but then, day 2 comes.
You probably had a lot of energy bottled up, probably a lot of madness going in there. Didn't go first round. Rob Gronkowski took the other guy first. Is that why we had the exuberant of energy excitement on the stage with the whole Gronkowski family and extended relatives doing the like a mosh pit in the middle of the draft room?
100%. I was ready to unleash it on the first night of the draft in the first round. And, that all got bundled up because I actually went back to my room, and it's the first time where my friends and everyone just saw me say, hey, I'm just calling it a night. I'm just going to go to bed and wait for, the second day of the draft and see where I go. And then New England gave me that call with the 42nd pick, and my life changed right on the spot. I actually, when I got that call, I was furious. I wasn't like furious. I was just pissed I didn't go in the first round. I just felt like I belonged there, and that was always a dream of mine. But when I got that call from New England, I didn't care one single bit anymore that I didn't go in the first round. Like, my aura just got repicked back up. Like, my dream, came to real life right on the spot in that moment, man. It was the best, one of my best moments and feelings I've ever had.
It had nothing to do with the simple fact that you just dodged a bullet by having to almost go play with Andy Dalton, instead getting Tom Brady.
100%. And my agent.
And that's no shade on Andy, but if you're a fucking receiver or tight end in this world, and you got a chance to play with Tom Brady, you're going to go play with Tom Brady. You got football gods looked out.
Yes, the football gods did look out for me, and I remember sitting there.
Could have been you and Joe Burrow, though. Again, maybe in an ultimate, in another universe, like in Interstellar in the fifth dimension, there's fucking Rob Gronkowski catching seam routes over eating Skyline Chili in Cincinnati, having one of the Gronkowski. I bet you, and instead of Gordy living in like Southie, he's probably living in like Kentucky, right across the river from fucking Cincinnati, and he's got like a little like thing going on out there. Like this whole life,
he's hitting the
university,
and he's hitting the University of Kentucky bars on Friday night and Saturday night, and then he's coming to Cincinnati.
Times, got the Shakers
hitting
and
the NFL Sunday
games. I mean, this Cincinnati parallel verse. I don't know how to say it. It was in Spider-Man.
It almost happened.
Parallel verse.
But
what is it?
We want to thank
multiverse.
Yes. Well, let's thank Jermaine Gresham for being a stud because they took him over me, which was possibly the best thing that ever happened in my career. No doubt about that, because at the same time, I was at the draft too, and Drew Rosenhaus's brother, Jason Rosenhaus, who does all the behind-the-scene work with their agency, goes, hey, Rob, he said this across the table when like the 28th pick came. He's like, I know you're mad right now. He goes, but you dodged a bullet not going to Cincinnati, trust me. And I was like, oh, all right. Like, it made me feel better at that moment. I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. So that was cool by him, He made me feel comfortable in my skin. He was just telling the truth. And now looking back at it, I sure did dodge a fucking bullet. Now, I went to Tom Brady, baby.
If you had one piece of advice for a player going to the NFL about to get drafted tonight or the next couple nights, what would it be?
Stay calm, stay cool, stay collective. You may not hear your name called where you want it to be called, but let me tell you, that's not going to define your legacy. You're going to still get the same opportunity in the NFL if you're the 10th pick in the draft or if you're the 100th pick in the draft. Or even
debatable.
If you're a free agent, you're going to get more chances.
Yeah.
That's it. You're going to get the same opportunity as a first rounder.
You'll get an opportunity,
but you get more opportunities if you're a first rounder and you're not really panning out.
If you're good, you're gonna stick.
Yes, exactly. So just be good. Be patient. Just doesn't define you where you're drafted. It just gives you that chance. Even if you're a free agent and you're signing for free agent money with a team, you're still going to get that chance, and make the most of it once you get that opportunity and once you get that chance.
All right. That's very heartfelt. Now, once the player gets drafted, after he gets drafted, what's the advice?
All right. The advice is
that night,
enjoy it. Take it in, buddy. Take it in. Have all your friends around you. Have your family around you. If you're single.
Fall guy, though. Have one guy that's sober.
Yes.
Taking care of everything.
Always have someone sober.
Get your
around
Uber
you.
lined up.
And
Okay,
if
get
you're-
your car
If you're
serviced.
single, make sure you got like 10 ladies around you.
Whoa, whatever it is
if
that you
you're-
like around you.
Yes. If you're not single, well, then have your girl there and tell her that, that it might be getting a little bit crazy tonight. I don't know, Jules. I was 20 years old. I was an absolute maniac.
Maniac.
I remember jumping up and down on stage with Roger Goodell and my family. It was the best moment of my life. I'll still remember that day, even after life.
I will remember. I remember the team meeting after you doing that when you weren't even on the team yet with the offense. Billy O'Brien saying, "You guys are gonna love this fucking guy. He is everything you think he is and more, and he's a fucking insane football player." And I remember Billy O'Brien saying, "The fucking ball looks like a beer can in his hand. Look how big his hands are." Remember him always saying that?
Yes, I do. Billy O, man, what a visit I had with him. That story's been told like a million times, so we don't need to revamp that. But man, it was just meant to be me going to New England.
Oh, without a doubt.
It really was in all situations. I needed to go to New England. That was my calling, was to go there. And I loved it. I just fit in with the culture there. I fit in with the people of New England. I fit in with you guys right away. I mean, we love to just work hard and then just play hard as well, especially when we were young bucks.
We were working hard and we were playing hard. Are you going to do the fucking 69th pick for the Patriots or what?
All right. Well, we talked about this already on a previous episode, and let me tell you, that blew up everywhere. I didn't know it was going to gain that much traction. So Stacey James, we kind of loosened Stacey James up a little bit because Stacey James uptight like a little bit. Like he's by the book, Hey, Rob, you can't say this, you can't do that. No, we're not going to do this. We're going to do that. But like we've loosened him up through our times.
That was 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
So now, like, he appreciates, like, all the silly jokes we have. And he gives me a holler, and he sees our little podcast, and he goes, "Hey, Rob," he gives me a text. "If you really want to announce the 69th pick of the draft, let me know. I'll get it done." And I'm like, oh, coming from Stacey James, all right.
We're there.
Loosen up, baby. I'm like, we made it. Stacey James is making it now, too. He's big time, He's being silly as well. So I hit him back up. I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. Let me look at the date and where it's at. And then the NFL front office hits me up too.
Tracy?
Yeah, shout out to Tracy. Does such a great job.
Best.
Yeah, she is the best. And she's like, "Hey, Rob, are you serious about the 69th pick?" Like, we'll get it done. And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious about the 69th pick. Like, how could I not be? And by the way, 69 jokes, they kind of like went downhill like in the last like 10 years. Like they got overused. And like you got to pick your spot when 69 jokes are going to be good.
No, this is your
and
spot.
Like this was the time to bring that 69 energy back to the table.
I think we
because
need to bring
the New England
69
Patriots have the
energy
69
back
pick
to the table.
So I'm sitting there and I look at my calendar and I'm like, oh crap, I already got something that Friday night.
We got Fox retreats.
Yeah, I got a retreat.
Business stuff.
Business stuff. We'll just put it that way. I got business stuff.
You're thinking
Friday
about
night.
it though.
So I'm thinking about it. So I sent him a message and said, "I am so sorry. I cannot make it. This hurts me deeply that I cannot announce the 69th pick in person. It's all the way in Green Bay too. That would have been, a hard travel. And how can you 69 when you're frozen too? Like that's hard. Like that would have been really tough to announce that pick.
Can't 69 frozen. It's more like a 6-0.
Yeah.
There's no 9 part.
Yeah, you can't. You're frozen. I'm shrunken. I can't.
Zero.
You can't. Raise the bar when you're shrunken in the cold.
Yeah.
But I told him. I sent a message to Tracy. I sent a message to Tracy and Stacy. Wow. Sounds like a great couple. And I'm like, hey, I can't make it, unfortunately, but let me know. I can zoom in. Or I can send a video in announcing the 69th pick.
We'll see how it goes tonight.
See.
Maybe it sticks. Maybe it doesn't.
No, it's tomorrow night, Jules. The 69th pick is Friday.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not good with numbers.
We'll see. Tune in. Yeah. Well, I got a question though. You got drafted in the 7th round, Julian. What's it like when you got that phone call? And what's it like to get drafted in the later rounds and see everyone in front of you be drafted and go into, the organization knowing that you were the last pick? Is there kind of a chip on your shoulder?
When you're a late round guy,
yeah,
at that point, you just want to get drafted. And I just wanted to see my name on the ticker or be called out loud. Being a late round guy, it's like every man for your fucking self. Looking back on it, going in the 7th round is worse than being undrafted. I mean, my signing bonus was double. I think my signing bonus was $49,000 when, you know, I had 6 teams that called, said, we're not drafting you, but if you get if you go undrafted, we'll give you $20,000 to sign with us. So there's a bunch of priority free agent lineups if I didn't get drafted, which I was going to pick the Green Bay Packers. We were going to go to the Packers. But when you get drafted in the 7th, you're locked down for 4 years. When you're undrafted free agent, it's only 2 years. So you get to free agency quicker. Now, it's a double-edged sword because you have more time to develop. You'll get a little more opportunity than the guy who's undrafted because you're a draft pick. But if you ball out early and you're undrafted, you get to go to free agency quicker. You can make more money. And you get more money for the, the player performance. So that's how I used to clean up. I get a lot of money for player performance, which was a formula that gave guys that, due to their draft picks, money towards their playing time. So every play counted as a certain amount of dollar. And for my scale, it was extremely high because I was a 7th round draft pick. So I'm used to make a good amount of change from all the special teams and all the personnel groups when I got those plays through the player performance. But yeah, man, I was just happy to be drafted. I just went on a rant. I had CTE moment.
Well, there's 2 benefits to getting drafted in the 7th round. 1, to say you got drafted. You can say that for the rest of your life.
7th.
And 2, you don't have to choose a team like you're going through the free agency process. It just makes it easy. They chose you.
Yeah.
Other than that, I guess be a free agent instead of getting drafted in the 7th round.
Wait.
Yeah.
No,
I would rather say for the rest of my life, I got drafted into the NFL.
Yeah, but it's almost like you're in the last round of the draft, so it's almost better like to be like, well, I was undrafted. If I have my same success on the field, it almost sounds cooler coming at, last round still sounds cool, but undrafted, like Danny Amendola, his story's cooler because he went undrafted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Danny Dancing Amendola. I don't know. Has he been dancing lately, though? I mean, he did the whole show. He almost won it all. But I haven't seen him dance since, though. If I ever did that Dancing with the Stars show, I'd be going out to the club and I'd be ripping up the dance floor for 4 hours straight, showing all the moves that I gained. And this dude just stopped dancing right on the spot.
I don't know. I think he's been out of some clubs.
Yeah. But not dancing.
Could be.
He could be. Nah, if he was dancing, it would be all over the place. He just prancing. Stop prancing. Start dancing, Danny.
Yeah, stop prancing and start dancing.
Yeah. Wes Welker, free agent.
Free agent?
Yeah, wasn't drafted. Danny Woodhead.
Stud.
Rookie free agent.
We play with
Pat McAfee. Did he get drafted?
7th
I don't think
round.
So. Oh, he was a 7th rounder?
7th round, same year as me.
My brother, Dan Gronkowski, Detroit Lions, second last pick to being
Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. So he was Mr. Semi-Irrelevant. Yeah.
He's Mr. Irrelevant Eve.
Yes. That's kind of cool to say that. Yeah.
Irrelevant Eve?
Yeah.
The night before, the day before, the pick before?
That's the night when everyone parties too and celebrates. So it's better to be that pick, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The anticipation's still there for the last pick.
All
right.
Well, Jules, that was fun talking about the draft. Brought back some wonderful memories.
Hope is in the air.
And now it's time that we're going to get on a dude. And we're going to get on a dude that's a big name in this year's draft. And that's your only hint.
Give me the AI. We haven't done this in a while. Give me the AI summary of this.
Oh, no way.
This draft pick. Start the clock.
AI synopsis.
10 minutes. Ready, steady, go. AI.
Standing at 6'2" and weighing 223 pounds, this quarterback dude has made his mark in college football history. He grew up in West Columbia, Texas, and played high school football at Columbia High, where he earned first-team all-district honors. He is projected as the potential number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft after a standout season at Miami, where he won the Manning Award and ACC Player of the Year, as well as setting the NCAA Division I career touchdown record with 178. First off, I didn't know there was a Manning Award, so we should talk about that, what the Manning Award is.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, me neither. So let's talk about that. Let's see what that award is. I kind of want to win the Manning Award.
I know.
I love the Mannings. They're hilarious.
Well, you have the Manning Award. You're on every commercial. Post-retirement.
Right.
You have the Manning Award because he's there. The Mannings are on every commercial. Now
Good
you're
point.
on.
I out-Manning the Mannings.
It should be the Gronkowski Award.
His rapid development, elite arm talent, and clutch performances have elevated him from a 0-star high school recruit. 0 stars.
0 stars.
I got to hear about his journey, man. I didn't know he was a 0-star recruit. If you're a 0, that's bad. Yeah. And this dude was a 0.
He's about to be the first pick.
Yeah.
About to have hella stars in his pocket.
Elevated him from a 0-star high school recruit to the draft's top quarterback prospect. Let's get on
to Cam Ward. Ooh, old Cam Ward. Man.
All right, let's get back to that Manning Award real quick. What is the Manning Award? I never heard about it.
What's the Manning Award?
It's probably an elite award. It's got to be.
College Quarterback Award, Peyton Manning Award. Peyton Manning did light it up at Tennessee.
He did. He lit it up at Tennessee. I mean, all the Mannings have lit it up in college and in the NFL, which is just incredible. So I understand why there's a Manning Award.
Yeah, and Cam Ward got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
best quarterback in college football,
without a doubt.
Is my understanding.
Oh, it's named after Archie Manning.
Yeah, it's named after Archie and the whole family.
I thought
Makes sense because it started in 2004, and I think Peyton was still playing. So, like, you don't really get an award named after you until, like, you're totally done with your whole career.
But Cam Ward, this guy's a stud. Not like that. But this guy's made his own path. I mean, going from a 0-star to what was the first school he went to? Incarnate Word in Texas, FCS. Then he went to Washington State, balled out, entered the draft, didn't like where he was potentially going to go, plays it smart, goes make $5 million, Miami, and bets on himself, and now he's going to be the first pick, and it's not even really close. I mean, he reminds me, I heard someone say it, I forgot who said it. He reminds me of Steve McNair, and it's really cool that he's potentially going to be in Tennessee where Steve McNair balled. I mean, you look at he's always on balance when he's throwing. Mm-hmm. Like, you see his feet, and he's always on balance. And he always has his feet with him when he's about to throw. I like his arm.
That's good quarterback mechanics.
Good quarterback mechanics. He had that one where he rolls to his left and he flips his hips and he hits the guy in the back of the end zone, like across the field, not like way across the field, but over the field. But he flipped his hips like a shortstop and he slanged that thing. Like, I always see him with really good feet, and he's pretty damn athletic. I think he's going to be a really good football player. I hope that he gets paired up with the play caller that adjusts to his game, because that's a huge part to the development of these young quarterbacks. It's the ecosystem that he gets in. So I hope Tennessee has this prepared, because, I mean, he ran a 4.8, 6'2", not a runner, but he has athleticism. You see him in the pocket. He's very elusive in the pocket. What do you think about this guy?
Well, can you just go back, reiterating when you said he went into the draft or to the combine and he didn't like where he was going to get drafted, and then he went to the University of Miami? So that's something new that I just learned. You can still enter the draft, go to the combine, and if you don't like where you're going to be selected or projected, you can go back to college. Can you explain that to me? That's a rule now?
Did he go to the combine?
He went to the combine? How did that happen?
He initially entered his name.
He entered his name.
Decided,
all right,
nah, I'm not going draft. I'm going to transfer to Miami.
Okay.
Now, was that a negotiation ploy to get more money from a school? Like, this is like
it's all about leverage.
Leverage.
It is. So he wanted
pulled a John Elway in college.
So he wanted to improve his draft stock and capitalize on NIL. So he decided to transfer to Miami from Washington State. I mean, that's impressive. And if he was projected as a 5th rounder, I think it was, so his contract would have been like a 3-year, $5 million deal. So he went back to college, made all that money, NIL money, and now he's projected probably to sign like a $30 to $40 million deal if he's the first pick of the draft. I mean, that's how you count on yourself. That's a guy that knows what he's doing because he's been counted out his whole entire life being a 0 star from the beginning coming out of high school. So he knew that he could just keep on capitalizing, keep on gaining, keep on improving, and that's why he went back to college to the University of Miami. And here's my story about Cam Ward. I had no clue who Cam Ward was. I don't follow college like that much. You know all the big guys. I follow the University of Arizona. I watch a couple of games.
It's tough. We gotta watch a lot of football. Like, we gotta watch a lot of pro football. Talk about that.
Exactly, Jules. Exactly. I know the NFL. Know all the guys inside and out. But I just have this game on. At my house. There's a football game on at my house, and I'm just peeking at it, doing some work. On my computer. And that's why football is so great as well, because you can just put a game on in the background and you can just do peeks and just get entertained real quick, then go back to work, whatever you're doing, hanging out with your friends.
It's a little situational stimuli, like
yes.
3rd and 8, cool.
Yeah.
All right, now,
or 4th and goal. Okay, I'll watch this.
Oh, right area target.
Right.
Oh shit.
Oh, Hail Mary. Okay, end of the game, Hail Mary. Okay, I gotta watch this. Hold on one second.
He airballed it at the half. Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, he sucks. Back to business. Hey man, how's it going?
Rolex situation. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking mailman's always late.
1st and 10, I give no shits. Back to work. Let me get my work done. 4th and goal. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on. All right. So I'm just peeking at the game, and there's this quarterback that's just dominating. Like, his talent level is just that much higher than everyone out on the field. And I'm like, this guy is special. Like, this guy looks like an absolute animal, absolute beast. And it looks like it's high school football because of how talented this guy was compared to everyone else out on the field. So I seen like a big run, and I see another big run, and I see some crazy pass, and then I didn't really look who was playing. So then he caught my attention that much. I'm like, all right, let me see what team this is. Who's playing? And I look, and it's the University of Miami. I think it was versus Virginia Tech. And I'm like, this is Division I football. This is the University of Miami. Well, Cam Ward was making it look so easy out there out on the football field that I thought it was a high school game and some absolute 5-star football player just absolutely dominating everybody else. That's how special he was. And I was just peeking at the screen. And that's when I fell in love with Cam Ward. And I was like, this dude is an absolute monster out there out in the field. And then I tuned in for the rest of the game. And I'm pretty sure it was that Virginia Tech game. It could have been another game, but they were down. He came back, threw a bomb, had like a 20-yard run touchdown. And it was just incredible what he was doing out on the field. And then I looked him up right there on the spot, and he was the projected top 5 pick. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense now.
But
yes.
Just that story alone, like to come from a 0 star to go to the school I never even heard of, to Washington State, playing a Pac-12 when it was the Pac-12, then go to Miami, bet on himself for one more year. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a great story. I can't wait to watch him. But I watch his film. And, like, how he even pats the ball, like Steve McNair. And, like, he's always on balance in the pocket, and he keeps his eyes down the field. I just hope that, Tennessee can surround this kid, and he has an actual shot. You wouldn't want to see that go to waste. But,
he holds Miami single-season records for yards, 4,300 plus yards, completions 305, 39 TD passes, 67.2 completion percentage. I think that was 1.8% too low, Julian. If you can do that math. So he was a little down there. I might take him number 2 overall now, not number 1 overall. I think he slid in the draft, his
That's
draft
quick
stock
math.
because of that. But he has the most career Division I touchdowns, 178. So that's combined passing and rushing, correct? It's got to be. I mean, yeah, for sure. The guy runs like a freak of nature. So he's running touchdowns all over the place.
He never looked like he got caught from behind.
No, he never.
He doesn't look like he's a burner, but he's like Steve McNair. I don't think Steve McNair ran crazy fast, but you watch Steve, man, he reminds me of him. It's crazy. I think Dan Orlowski said something about it on one of his shows, and I was like, and I started watching him. I'm like, this motherfucker really does look like Steve McNair.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Air McNair.
Mm-hmm.
He was so fun to watch.
And McNair played for the Tennessee Titans.
I know.
Houston Oilers, right?
Well,
Houston Oilers
both,
and Tennessee Titans,
something
both?
like that, I think.
I'm guaranteeing this guy is the number 1 pick in the draft.
Guarantee it?
I'm guaranteeing it.
All right. I'm taking it.
I feel like he solidified it as well at his pro day. He absolutely dominated his pro day, and I think he should be the number 1 pick as well. I just love the way that he plays the game. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball.
Well,
Smart player too.
0-star recruit because he was in a wing T offense. That's that's a huge part of why he was 0-star. That's all like counter shit. I played against that.
Well, that's probably
1998 Super Bowl game against Naperville Redskins. We ain't never seen the wing T before coming from the west coast of Redwood City. Went over to the parking lots of Disney World, saw these kids running a wing T in the walkthrough. We were like, what the fuck are we getting into? And yeah, it's a bunch of guys just running a bunch of different shit all the time. It's very tough. And so it's hard for the quarterback to get any notice. He only averaged 12 pass attempts.
Well, that's probably where he learned how to run the ball.
Exactly. I mean, this is going to be fun. I'm excited to see. And you don't hear anything bad about him.
No,
I haven't heard anything like he's not a problem to be around. Like, regardless of what you want to say about Shedeur Sanders, people talk about him for being there's something there, of some kind of something. I haven't heard of any of those kind of stories with Cam Ward. I don't know if that's media shit or this or that, but like he seems to be like a good liked guy in the locker room.
Well, I can tell you this. If you're a 0-star, you got to be level-headed and you got to be going in the right direction because if you're a 0-star and you're causing problems in life, you're never going to get any opportunities. You can be a 5-star and cause 500 problems in your life, but you're going to keep getting chances. But when you're a 0-star, they're just going to overlook you if you have a background of bad behavior as well. So clearly, the football gods are on his side because he seems like a great dude. And that's why you probably haven't heard anything, intangible about him.
So for all you young kids, if you think you're a 0-star, you still have a shot because Cam Ward was a 0-star. Now he's about to be the goddamn first pick of the National Football League draft tonight. All right. Time. What kind of dude is Cam Ward?
I don't know, Julian. I think you said it right at the beginning, right off the bat.
No.
But it was 10 minutes ago or like 20 minutes ago, so I think I forgot. I got hit in the head a lot since I got drafted 15 years ago in the second round, 42nd pick overall. I can remember that still.
I said he was a stud, but he's developed himself into a stud, but he wasn't always a stud, and a stud is always a stud.
That's a good point.
Okay? 0-stars ain't studs. You know what they are?
Dogs.
They're fucking dogs. Okay? And he's right up my alley. I was a fucking 0-star. I was a 0-star.
That's why you ain't a stud.
Nah.
Maybe for breakfast you can be a studly muffin, but that's all.
Studly muffin?
Overall, you're a dog, Julian. You were a 0-star.
You know what? And that's from the stories we've been talking.
0-star loser. I was a 4-star.
I think I was a 2-star.
Yeah, you were, because if you get an offer, you're automatically a 2-star if you go Division I. But he didn't go Division I.
I went to JUCO first. I had to go to JUCO.
Oh, so you were a 0-star. 0. You know that game? It's either a 0 or a 1. You were a 0.
Well, no, who wasn't a 0? Cam Ward. And we already just declared what he's officially on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dog. Yeah, I mean, the story of him being 0-star to what he is, gambling on himself to come back, transfer to Miami. It's honestly these new stories that are going to be developed with this new rule system. You're going to see a lot of this kind of story, I bet. Guys that start at a lower level school, dips to another school, then goes to another school. I mean, that's what happens when you're a free agent every year.
And you're not really going to see that guy that's Division II that's dominating get drafted really anymore because he's going to get scooped up in the transfer portal now and go Division I, before his junior and senior year. So you're not really going to see that Cinderella type player anymore, which is kind of disappointing a little bit. It was always so fun. It's kind of like March Madness. I mean, you got 4 number 1 seeds going at it for the Final Four. Why? Because They're powerhouses. Every single year, they're going to scoop the best players and pay them.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to get the 16th seed and just some random guy that developed late in college, dominating, on some no-name team. He's going to get scooped up from that no-name team and get paid and go to a powerhouse program.
Leave with the coach.
So you're not really going to see that anymore, even in the NFL. So it's basically going to be all Division I guys that are going to be drafted now. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a select few Division II, maybe one Division III guy drafted, but I'm sure they're all going to be from top schools now.
You know what we it'd be really good to look into a crystal ball.
All right.
To be able to see if this would ever happen. And because the draft is quickly approaching,
crystal balls.
I think we should do some draft day crystal ball scenario, what the future holds, situations for this draft class.
For this year's rookie draft class?
Yeah. Let's do some crystal ball scenarios.
All right. Crystal ball. Let's go. Ooh, crystal ball. Snowflakes and stars all over this crystal ball.
You said crystal balls.
Oh, crystal balls. Is it a crystal ball or crystal balls? It's just one ball, right, Jules?
Just one ball.
I like crystal jewels. Crystal jewel. All right, let's go.
Crystal ball. Travis Hunter will take more defensive snaps than offensive snaps next season. What does the crystal ball say?
All right, well, I finally figured out that crystal balls or crystal ball is the crystal ball in our brain, Jules. So let me shake it up.
I don't think our brains need to be shaken anymore.
Well, maybe it'll knock some sense into me, this crystal ball. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't shake it anymore. I'm kind of like seeing a couple stars. My hat's getting crooked. No, that's not any good. All right. Boom. He will take more snaps on the offensive side of the ball than on the defensive side of the ball.
My crystal ball says defense instead of offense. It's weird.
No. Well, we got different crystal balls, Julian, and you didn't even shake your crystal ball up. I shook mine up.
I shook mine in my head.
No, you didn't shake yours up. And when you shake the crystal ball up, that's how it becomes accurate, and you actually get a right reading, So my crystal ball says more offensive snaps.
My crystal ball says more defensive snaps.
Well, you want to know why he's going to get more offensive snaps? Because he's going to go to a team that is more dependent on getting a better offense. So they're going to need him on offense more. They're going to just need him on offense more. That's why.
I like that.
Yeah. That's what my crystal ball told me.
Crystal ball.
Will rookie Abdul Carter lead the league in sacks?
No.
I don't even have to shake my crystal ball up on this one.
No.
It's already reading it. No, he will not lead the league in sacks. He'll have a good rookie year.
Yeah.
He'll be solid.
Double digits is huge. If he gets double digits, that's huge.
My crystal ball still says no. I say 8 to 9 sacks. Rookie year is hard for anyone, man. You don't really break out
what
like
did
that.
Von Miller get his rookie year? Because I just remember he was a monster.
He still is a monster.
Yeah.
His get off is just
Von
ridiculous.
Miller, who was Super Bowl MVP, had 11 and a half sacks. How many sacks? What was the sack leader that year? What year was it? 2011? Jared Allen.
Allen had 22 sacks in 2011, and we faced him too. He was on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So like 22 and a half sacks.
Holy
And
crud.
Von Miller was a really good footbtle player. I'm not taking anything away against Abdul Carter,
It's
but
just
that's
being a rookie.
Being a rookie, man,
Just being real.
He's old. You get some fucking 11-year tackle on you. You're using all your shit, and he's just sitting there swallowing you up. All right, young buck, you done? Let me anchor this little motherfucker.
Swallowing him up.
Let me pass it. Don't get too wide on him. Don't let him inside, boys. Don't let him inside.
You should be an offensive line coach,
I love
Jules.
offensive line.
Me too. They just get to eat so much food. It's so unfair. Like, I just want to eat 16,000 calories a day and just not gain any weight.
Remember they used to just take the wings and they just like Garfield
and just dip them in the most sauce too.
They would Garfield. I remember they'd push them down and just Garfield, and you'd see a pile of bones.
20 of them a time.
I felt like
20 of them a sitting. 20 wings a sitting.
Easy.
Minimum.
I think that was an hors d'oeuvre. All right, crystal ball. One of this year's rookie quarterbacks will lead his team to the playoffs in 2025. 2025 playoff? So we had 2 rookie quarterbacks do it last year, Bo Nix and Daniels.
It's not going to be replicated again. My crystal ball says no. That's kind of like a fad. Like the draft class and rookies never really replicate ever what the year before was. It changes. It just happened to be that this year's draft class, there was 2 rookies that led their team to the playoffs. So I think it goes in spurts, and it's a rare situation that happens. So I say no. I don't say. The crystal ball says no.
So yeah, I think the crystal ball says no for me too. Mine says no. Because, I mean, none of these rookies are going to get drafted to Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tricky, that's like a sneaky great environment to get drafted into. They had a really good defense. They had a pretty good offense going. They had the Russell Wilson thing. But, you're getting a Super Bowl winning coach that has developed quarterbacks, made Tony Romo, all that bullshit. You're going to that situation. And then the other situation where Jayden Daniels just is a super freak. None of these guys are him.
Mm-hmm.
Jayden Daniels just had the best rookie football season for a quarterback since C.J. Stroud the year before, I guess.
And he had a great support staff around him, too. He had great, veteran wide receivers. He had Cliff Kingsbury who knows how to develop quarterbacks, call plays, put everyone in the right situation.
So Tennessee, who's their coach? Callahan, offensive line coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's the son of Callahan.
I don't think, even if Cam Ward does have a great rookie year, I just think the team around him isn't built to sustain.
I think Tennessee's always sneaky, get a good defense.
Yeah, nah.
Bill Callahan's OC.
Tennessee just needs a lot more than just a quarterback as well. They got to rebuild from the bottom up. I think maybe 2-3 years Tennessee can be legit, but not next year.
I agree.
You watched them last year. They need players all over the place.
You know that their stadium is the same as our stadium? The same builder made it or something? So I remember whenever we'd go play there, it felt like we were kind of at home.
Well, that's probably why they got Mike Vrabel as the head coach for the New England Patriots, because he's already so used to Gillette Stadium, because he was the head coach. He did play in the first game at Gillette Stadium. The same stadium that was built, by the same people as Gillette Stadium. So that's why he went to Tennessee, so he can get prepared for Gillette.
The things you learn from the crystal ball.
Wow. Yeah, that was all the crystal ball.
Now, next one.
Well, last year's number 2 pick, Jayden Daniels, will he have more total touchdowns than his rookie year? So he had 31 total touchdowns. Will he have more? My crystal ball says yes, because Jayden Daniels is a guy that I feel like has his head on his shoulders. He's going in the right direction. He wants to be a better player. He's got the team around him to make him a better player going into his second year. And that's when you usually make a big jump, is actually from your first year to your second year. That's when I made my huge jump, first year to second year. C.J. Stroud is actually the only quarterback that I've seen kind of dipped a little bit, but he didn't really dip.
Offensive line was poop. All his weapons were hurt.
So, yeah, you're right. So that is the only reason why he took a dip. So I say Jayden Daniels picks it up. He goes for more than 31 total touchdowns.
I agree.
Well, crystal ball says that.
The crystal ball says, yeah. And it's because the crystal ball says he's got some of that Lamar shit. Where Lamar has done these things where you're like, man, I don't think we'll ever see that again. Then he does more the next year, and then more the next year. And he's got that kind of playmaking ability. The only thing that scares me with Jayden Daniels is will he be able to last? Because he's not a big bone guy, and neither was Lamar. He doesn't take vicious hits, and he's so elusive, Jayden Daniels. But he's still a smaller guy. I don't know. It's just crazy. That's the only way the crystal ball is telling me that he doesn't get 31 is if he gets hurt.
He just needs to slide. If he slides, he will last.
He never takes hits. He gets out of bounds. He does. I've seen him 6 or 7 times. He'll juke a guy out of bounds, and then you're a lethal runner when every time you juke a guy out of bounds, the defender who tried to tackle you daps you up. Like, hey, man, you got me, dog. Like, I've seen it 4 or 5 times with fucking Jayden Daniels. He's getting dap ups all the time when he's jocking up dudes. So, yeah.
People love Jayden Daniels in Washington and at LSU. And he only went to LSU for 1 year, and they claim him like he was there like his whole entire career for the whole 5 years that he was in college. They love him. People love him.
I mean, college is going to be very much like the NFL, where Nick Foles has a fucking statue for Philadelphia for winning one game, one season, you know, and he wasn't like a legendary Philly guy, but he was for that 1 year, so he'll be a Philly guy forever, much like Jayden Daniels wasn't, you know, always in LSU, but had a lot of great success there. He'll be remembered forever.
You will be claimed where you make the biggest impact in your career.
All right, crystal ball, last one.
I'll take this one.
No, I got this one.
Fine. You got it.
Tight end, Tyler.
That's why I wanted it.
I know. I got to ask you the crystal ball.
Okay. Well, let me just snuggle Ralphie real quick. I miss Ralphie. Such a good boy.
I know. Rocky's on my back. He's doesn't look like my guy anymore. My guy, I got to talk to this breeder. My guy went gray. Said chocolate.
Ralphie has a couple grays, but he's just taking after his dad.
He literally has the same hair color as me.
Yeah.
Rocky, my dog. It's fucking crazy.
Dang, where did that gray come from? Keep that hat on, Jules. I thought you got some like hair commercials out there too.
Well,
I swear I see you on an Instagram ad
I have
talking
good
about
hair.
your hair.
It's just gray.
Yeah, I thought you take tips from Tom.
No, I do actually.
You're always talking about it. Like Tom does this with his hair. I'm doing it now too, and yours is all gray. And his looks like he's 20 years old.
Well, it hasn't
What's
been
going
working
on
for me.
Yeah, well, maybe he's not telling you all the secrets.
Yeah, he's the Uisha.
Tom would tell you something
he gave me
that
this Chinese
would
powder
yours,
that I put in my
make yours
smoothies.
gray.
Said it's gonna make my fucking hair turn brown again.
Yeah,
I've been taking it for 3 years. My shit is gray as fuck.
Yeah,
Tom.
he's got you.
You fucking over
He's
here.
got you.
Uishi, whatever's it called, Uusha.
He's pranking you.
Fucking asshole. Crystal
right,
ball.
Back to the crystal ball.
Tight end Tyler Warren will be this season's Brock Bowers.
Oh,
is he
crystal
good?
ball. He's a really good tight end. He's like a complete tight end too. He's big. He's fierce. He's very athletic too. It's impressive seeing his size, and like he's taking handoffs, I think, out of the backfield for
big
Penn
is he?
State. I don't know. What's his size? I'm pretty sure he's at least 6'5", 260 is my understanding. 6'6", 257. So he's my size, brother, and he's I swear he got some handoffs out of the backfield this year for Penn State and looked like a legitimate like running back running the ball too. So he's super athletic. I'm pretty sure he blocks as well. He gets, dirty in the trenches. But he's not a Brock Bowers. He has a different style. Him and Brock Bowers would complement each other very well. But Brock Bowers is one of a kind. No one's ever going to replicate what Brock Bowers did last year. Brock Bowers is too smooth with it. Like Brock Bowers was born to run. Brock Bowers was born to go out there and catch 100 passes a year, just his style as a tight end. Tyler Warren has like my type of game more. Like it's not catch 10 balls a game.
Catch 4 for 140.
Yes, catch 4 big ones for a first down. 3rd and 20, you catch it up the middle. You knock some guys out, and you got to last. Like Brock Bowers doesn't have that pounding game where guys are, he breaks tackles and stuff, but Tyler Warren gets dirty, I feel like. That's his style of play, and that's why I love watching him. But he's not going to have Brock Bowers type season.
He had 24 carries, 218 yards.
So I was right.
Dude, what's up with Penn State always having really great football players?
He had 104 receptions too. Maybe I'm wrong about him. Maybe he will have Brock Bowers numbers, but just his senior year, he had 104 receptions at Penn State. You never hear about even receivers getting 100 receptions in college.
It's pro now. It's not college.
I know, but you don't even hear about the big names in college have 100 receptions.
That's a big year.
That is a big year.
They were clearly force feeding him the rock if he's getting carries. How many targets did he have? He had 104 catches. Probably had 160 targets. How many games did they have in college?
I'm liking this guy more and more.
That's 13 targets a game. So he went from 34 to 105.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 34 to 105. Wow.
And
oh my gosh, 5 catches his freshman year, just 10 his sophomore
where's the
year,
targets?
34 his junior, then 105.
He played in 16 games this year? Oh, my God.
Man, that's
I
impressive.
thought it was 10, 12.
That is impressive, man. Holy crap. To have
Now,
a
how
year
many
like
targets did he have?
that. I mean, he couldn't have more than 150 targets. No way. I mean, they didn't throw the ball that much on Penn State either.
Wow.
They didn't throw the ball there. They were kind of more of a running team.
Is he a top 10 draft pick, this guy?
I haven't seen him in the top 10, but
He's top 15?
yeah, he's top 15. But
They're going to have
he's
two
gonna be
top
a baller.
15. Penn State's going to have 2 top 15 picks.
Yeah, one DM, one tight end.
Penn State had a Super Bowl MVP or offensive player of the year last year, Saquon Barkley. Penn State, man. How about that? Rich Ornberger came into the Nut House a couple weeks ago. I mean, we have Penn State everywhere.
Ornberger.
I
love that guy.
Coach.
Funniest offensive lineman in history of the NFL.
Well,
possibly.
Chris, so is the yes or no on the crystal ball?
He's gonna be solid, but just no Brock Bowers. That's
a hard season to replicate.
It's hard. Like he could maybe have it his second season. You know, Brock Bowers is the ideal size, like to go out and do that.
Think about this though.
Tyler Warren.
So we've had
a big dude. It's hard to be a big dude, 260, and have 100 catches
5 years
in the NFL.
The last 5 years, Rob, we've had.
And I'm a Tyler Warren fan. I'm a huge Tyler Warren fan. No doubt about that.
Last 5 years, we've had Puka Nacua in his rookie year break rookie records. Most catches in the first 2 weeks. Brock Bowers broke all the tight end records, catches, yards, whatever, for tight ends. And Jayden Daniels broke a bunch of records, all that shit, their rookie year. So, like, these guys are coming in. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Last 5 years, these things have been frog leaped. Now, are these guys extraordinary guys, or is this going to be the new norm? Now, there's one extra game, whatever, but still, even before that, these records weren't like close. They were kind of, but you know what I mean? That it's going to be crazy. Well, let's get into the chillest dude of the week, brought to you by our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly. Let's get a little
Jules, toss me a beer.
Beer toss.
Oh, Tyler Warren for a touchdown. That's his 10th catch of the game, his rookie season, Jules. And in his first game. So, yeah, maybe he will be the next Brock Bowers. I was wrong.
Cheers. But the crystal ball said no.
But the crystal ball did say no. You're right. Cheers to the chillest dude of the week.
And who's the chillest dude of the week?
This dude's
for some reason
this year's draft.
For some reason, draft coverage insights on bringing up tragic and personal things that have happened to these young football players.
But not here. We want to celebrate these dudes.
So here are the most positive and heartwarming facts about this year's young studs coming in to the National Football League. Jalen Walker, linebacker out of Georgia, sung the national anthem at college football, basketball, and minor league baseball games. He played the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz in high school, and he's projected to go 10th overall, and he is a viable candidate for Rookie Skit Guy of the Year. I mean, he's going to be entertaining the fuck
really
out of the guys in training camp.
You know,
if you could sing, you could do Wizard of Oz, you could dance and do all that shit, you better know for a fact it better be on display during those rookie skits.
And if you're a rookie doing all the rookie skits, the level of respect that your teammates garner for you goes up like to the highest level, and right away too. It's like overnight. You make your teammates laugh at a rookie skit, kabam, they respect you right on the spot.
Or if you hit a Mariah Carey high note and it's a good one, don't be going in there not being able to sing. Motherfuckers will start throwing shit at you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a guy that I've thrown a couple pencils. I threw I think a protractor once because it was in my binder. Like
a protractor.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I haven't used one of those since high school.
Or was it the compass?
I think it was one of those calculators. What is it? TI 84 calculator, 83 calculator. Man,
Yeah.
how do I remember that? Those calculators were great. I love calculators.
Well, that's going to be.
Because I have a calculator right here. I got a TI 83 right here. Pi is 3.14. That's TI 83 calculation.
There's like a million that go after it.
Yeah,
My
I know,
daughter's
but those are
starting
the
to
first
remember
three.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
those are the first three numbers.
All right. That's a great skill. What a positive guy. Jalen Walker, 10th overall pick potentially. Tara Toa McMillan.
Hey, this is my guy, University of Arizona. So let me talk about
All right, let's hear
McMillan,
him.
okay?
What about this guy?
2024 Polynesian Player of the Year.
Let's go, Pollies. We love Pollies.
We love Pollies. I respect all Pollies. I respect their traditions in life as well, and I respect their strength. I never actually wanted to ever line my hand up versus a Polynesian because they don't necessarily have that weight room strength. They just have that farm strength. They're hard to move, and like it's like hitting a brick wall every time I go versus a Polynesian. It hurts, man. It hurts. They're special with their strength, and I appreciate that. But he's a native Hawaiian descent. Joined winners like the I can't say their last name.
Tuatunga Vailoa.
Yeah. Those brothers, Mariota and Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's Hawaiian. No, he's not Hawaiian.
Mormon.
Come on, he's not Polynesian.
Zach Wilson, Kapono,
and
kind of tight.
McMillan's. I love McMillan's mantra. His mantra, actually.
What's his mantra?
His mantra is Nalo. Negative attitudes lose opportunities.
What?
And if you're an undrafted free agent rookie, if you got a negative attitude, I'm telling you, you're not going to get that opportunity. Yeah, so I like that.
Let's go,
mantra.
McMillan.
Let's go. University of Arizona as well. Broke all the receiving records there. And what's really cool about him is that I tailgated with his family, man. And their family, traditional Polynesian family.
They had some pig.
Yeah, they had a whole tailgate going.
They got a pig?
All the food that you needed. No, I don't recall a pig being there, Jules.
Dude,
Besides myself. Yeah, I'm a pig.
Dude,
but great family as well. Just loved everything about them.
Oh, the Polynesians are the best. When I was a kid, we had a lot of Polynesians in Redwood City. Our snack shack, the Samoan and Tongan fathers would all be in the back of the snack shack roasting a fucking pig, and you would get pig plates where you get two pieces of pig, and we'd be the little kids going and trying to grab the skin because it was extra salty, and they'd give us the skin and get out of here. But you get pig, you would get macaroni salad and rice, and that was like $3 or something. That was like the special at our snack shack. We had a hell of a snack shack at Redwood City. All right, Kelvin.
I kind of want to try the snack shack out.
Redwood City, baby.
Yeah,
the
I'm
nachos.
coming. Bring me.
Redwood City nachos.
I want to be a
world
guest.
famous
Bring me
nachos.
as your guest, Jules. Here.
All right,
We got another guy. Who we got
Kelvin
now, Jules?
Banks Jr., tackle out of Texas, projected late first rounder.
Okay.
Started an IG series to set out to find the best barbecue in Austin. Okay, we got a little influencer in there. I can see how.
I appreciate him, and I truly want to know. I'm actually going to go check out his page to learn about the best barbecue in Austin, even though I don't really go to Austin that much. But Danny Dancing, Prancing Amendola can now actually use this guy's tips to finding the best barbecue in Austin because that's, where Danny's from. But every time I go to Dallas and visit my brothers, I tell them to order barbecue because they have the best barbecue in Texas. What's it called? The short rib, and then
Brisket?
The brisket. But then there's burnt brisket.
Burnt ends.
Burnt ends. That's what it is. Burnt ends. And burnt ends takes barbecues to a whole nother level. And every time I show up to his house in Dallas, I say, hey, bro, order that barbecue and make sure you get those burnt ends and all the barbecue sauces that come with it.
Jesus.
So I appreciate this guy. I appreciate him big time.
All right, and then lastly, Harold Fannin Jr., tight end out of Bowling Green, Mac Daddy himself, cites LeBron James as his biggest influence. He got his childhood bike from LeBron James when LeBron James did a community bike drive in Akron. This has also inspired Harold to want to do the same thing when he goes pro. It's just
You know, shout out to LeBron first off for helping the kid out to reach his goals. I mean, and inspiring him in a positive direction as well. That's wonderful to see. That's cool.
One guy helping another, helping your community.
And what's up with these Bowling Green guys? You know, I have a friend, Scotty Miller, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mac
right
Daddy.
now. And he is the biggest LeBron James fan as well. He went to Bowling Green.
Ohio kids, probably. Yeah, that's why.
That's right. These Ohio kids. You're right. I mean, how can you not love LeBron James, especially if you're from Ohio?
I mean,
makes sense.
It does. And that was the chillest dude of the week. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly.
I'm telling you, this Coors Light here is very refreshing, Julian.
It is.
It's really refreshing. And look at those blue mountains, cold as the Rockies. I'm feeling tipsy, just in the perfect way. And I've only had half of it so far.
And you just only hit the tip of that mountain. Well, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. What could we do better next episode?
We should crack these Coors Lights earlier in the episode, Julian, because I'm feeling calm, collective, smooth now because I got a nice little buzz going from just a half a can. So let's crack these Coors Light on the first 3 minutes of the next episode. That's what we can do better.
Yo Soy Fiesta, feeling tipsy after a half a can of Coors Light. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a dude you want us to do. And remember, rate and review.
Yeah, and call in and ask us a question on the chill line at 561-203-5789. And I'm not lying, my favorite part about this podcast is when our fans do call in and ask us questions.
It's fun.
Know, I don't have to think about these other dudes. When I get asked questions, I just blur. You know, I don't have to break down anyone. That's why I love questions, Jules.
I do too.
Yeah.
Questions
That's what
nice.
we can do better. Maybe a question in an episode as well.
So keep on sending in those questions because we love them. Remember to follow Dudes on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. We'll see you guys next week.
Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.